He's a short-term trader. He wants to know if he should be holding on to it or should he be selling this counter. Sharon, let me come to you for this. He's holding Adani Enterprises right now, a very, very marginal profit that he's sitting at. Let's say if he's not given a time horizon, though he says a short-term investor. Let's say for a 3 months, 6 odd months perspective, what do you see on the charts for Adani?
My advice, Ankita, would be to move the stop loss to around 2150 on a daily closing basis. The stock, after giving a decline, is seeing some kind of pullback towards the upside. It has a breakout above that 2300 odd mark. If it moves above that, you can quickly see that 2400 to even 2500 levels coming, and its stock actually retesting its 200-day EMA. So his entry has been quite decent. I think for a trader, he's done quite well. But definitely do have a short-term stop loss in the system around 2175 on a daily closing basis or 2150, whichever he prefers according to his risk reward ratio. A good breakout about 2300 can be seen.
Okay, so that's the view on Adani Enterprises. But Sharmila, let me come to you now for this one. Now we have another query on the FMCG pack. So this is Nalini writing from Ahmedabad. She's been holding 60 shares of Tata Consumer Products. She hasn't mentioned her buying price, but she had acquired them in 2020. She wants to know whether she should continue to hold these for the long term, and also if it's a good idea to add more at the current levels.
I think it's a yes to both. This is again a stock that I like, and given the basket that they have, whether everything in it, the Tata Sampann brand, the other brands that they have acquired, Starbucks as a separate entity. I think the way it all adds up, and the fit that it has in the current consumption patterns that we are seeing in the metros and the smaller cities, this stock, to my mind, has ways to go. At this valuation, it's not exactly cheap, but if you want to hold it for a long term, if you have a long term view, then you could add further. But definitely, I think continue to hold what you already have.
All right, so that's a view coming in on Tata Consumer. Hold call from Sharmila. But the next question is also on Tata Consumers by Arjun, who's writing in from Kolkata. So Sharon, let me come to you for this one because he's asking a short-term perspective for Tata Consumers and Hindustan Copper. On the charts, what do you see for both the counters? Now we have a positive outlook for Tata Consumers by Sharmila. What do you say?
So Ankita, Hindustan Copper we just discussed, so it doesn't make sense taking it again. Again, Tata Consumer, I also like. I've given buy recommendation in the last 2-3 weeks, once or twice. On back of results, I think it saw some kind of decline, but it's consolidating in a very tight range, just below the 200-day EMA. And I think a breakout about that 1075 odd levels can take the stock to that 1100 and even 1150 odd levels. So for me, I think it's quite decent. But since you're a trader and a short-term trader, I would suggest please keep a stop loss in the system. If you buy around current price or the breakout price of 1075, move your stop loss to around that 1040 on a daily closing basis. And if you see higher levels, please trail your stop loss. The market is quite volatile for short-term traders. So you have to equally manage your risk if you're going long also.